Hello, MGTOW. Hello, men. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I want to talk about what it takes for a man to be successful, powerful, and happy in this day and age. And first of all, let's make it perfectly clear that if a man is worshiping women and his main concern in life is making that woman happy, he's not going to be happy and he's going to have a miserable life. Because she's going to use that to control, to manipulate the man, and probably to drive the man, to madness, if he's lucky. So how is a man to be happy, successful, healthy in life when everybody in the world, except for, even other men, are looking to exploit him and take advantage of him and look at him like he's some sort of an idiot? This is some worthless tool, right? It's a hell of a realization, that the people in your life that are pretending to care about you, they're using you, they're manipulating you, and you're going along with it. See, that's the source of the red pill rage right there, is the realization that the man, has been living in this kind of fairy tale Disney princess idea of romantic love and this kind of childlike idea about the universe and his place in it. That's why my videos focus on the things that they do, this conceptual idea. Where do you really stand in this world? Where does a man stand? And where does the woman stand? Speaking of which, I've got a lot of refugees coming into my comments section, and they're all whining and complaining about how women have been oppressed for thousands of years and that all men are like, Hitlers and shit like that, right? So this is the basic threat narrative that society is using against men, so your son comes into the classroom and everybody in the classroom turns to him and says, oh my God, it's Hitler. That's the level of equality and fairness that we are experiencing today. So in that situation, how does that young man build his place in the world and have a happy, decent life? Because here's the thing, if he tries to work with that group, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? If he's trying to please that group, it's not going to work. And isn't that what the blue pill life is? Where the boys are indoctrinated into serving women, into worshiping women, into trying to buy material success in order to please women and to impress, and to gain status with a bunch of people that don't care about that individual man. So, maybe the man is saying, well, I don't care either about me, and I'm just going to be tough and strong and build myself up. Like, okay, that's kind of the way I moved forward, to be honest with you. And that doesn't work either, or at least it didn't work for me, because nobody cares. And, right, it's like if you want to take a horse and you just want to ride it every day and you're not going to feed it and you're not going to take care of it and you're not going to let it rest, that horse isn't going to last long. So look at it from any, utilitarian point of view that you want. If you really don't care about yourself, if you really don't take care of yourself, you are just going to break down. And I know that a man wants to say, oh, I'm just being tough, I'm being strong. And I appreciate that. I really do. Look at the way I produce videos here, like 300 days in a row. Well, no, the first days I wasn't doing them every day, but you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, and sometimes it's a lot more than one video a day. So it's like, oh, yeah, Howard Dare, he's an idiot. It's like, yeah, right, guy, It's like you're talking about the guy who goes to the gym every day and works out, and you don't go there even you don't even you don't even work out, okay? You don't even lift. And I'm talking about MGTOW videos right here. So you're talking about somebody who's doing this multiple times a day versus somebody who doesn't do this at all, right? And it's like, okay, this is a complete waste of my time to even try to deal with somebody like that. You know what I mean? It's like, shit, I don't want to hurt him. There's nothing, we have nothing in common. So this is what a man has to deal with when he's trying to do a job in the world. He has to deal with all the women demonizing him, and he has to deal with all the other men who are acting like women because they want to be someone, right? So they don't recognize that a man, is going his own way and doing his own thing, right? They're like, hey man, you're stupid. I don't like the way you're doing that. As if a man is supposed to care, right? As if only, who but a slave would give a shit what another man like that is saying, right? It's like this retarded idea that the other man thinks that I care. I'm not your mother. I'm not your father. I'm not your buddy or your friend. I'm a man trying to do a job. And you're just a boy trying to find fault with men so that you can pretend to be a man. When I suggest what you should do is actually go and just do some work. Do your own work, right? What are you finding fault with other people's work for when you yourself are not doing work? It's like saying this is a bad movie, but you don't make movies. It's like saying this is a bad song, but you don't make songs. It's like saying these are bad videos, but you don't make videos. So what kind of a game are you playing with yourself? So it's rare to even come across someone who's serious and trying to get things done and trying to build things. You know, sometimes I'm looking to other men like I want some help, right? And here's the thing. The example that they've set is all the help, that I need, is all the help that I should need. The problem is that even I start feeling sorry for myself, I start looking for excuses. This playing the victim within one's own mind, this adopting this way of interacting with the world, this female way, this weak male way, this childlike, this boyish way of dealing with the world. What do I care what another man is doing? I don't. I care what I'm doing, So if you've got people that are finding fault with you and they're not like your friends that are trying to build you up, you're dealing with, a boy is what you're dealing with, who's trying, who thinks this is the way to become a man, right? So go ahead. Tell me what you don't like about my videos in my comments section, Yeah. Take a guess how much I actually care about that. Take a guess how much a man actually cares about what a boy thinks. So they set the example, I don't have to get help from them. I don't even have to ask them questions. I just watch what they do. I see how they do it. And then I try to do it that way too. What works. Let me bring up another thing. I know this is, take what you need, okay, from everything and leave the rest. So if you meet up with somebody who has great fitness advice, but they're not really good off financially, take their fitness advice and ignore their financial advice. If you've got another guy who's got great financial advice, but he's in really bad shape, take his financial advice, ignore his physical exercise advice. If you've got another guy who's got great advice on a whole bunch of things, but he's married and has children and loves his wife, don't discard his information, his good information about working out, about making money, about securing his future. And don't even assume that that man is some sort of like blue pill simp, because this is a serious question. And I think it's really important. Can a man be married, have children, and still be a strong, independent man? And the answer is yes, of course. How else would it work, right? Or, does every man who goes into that situation, is he destined to become some estrogen-based, feeling-based, emotionally manipulated cripple who's just at the whim of the woman's emotions, and that destroys him and makes him completely ineffective in life, and she would lose all respect for him, and he's unable to even be an example to his children, or to anybody, or even to himself. So these are the things that the man is dealing with and having to overcome, right? Honestly, the man is in a world where everybody is trying to con him and take advantage of him. Everybody is trying to insult him and belittle him and get one step up on him. And it's it's nonstop. That's it. So, MGTOW, you see what I mean? You have to go your own way. And this is going to involve you finding your own way, defining your own way. I recommend philosophy, right? This is where philosophy comes in. This is where a conceptual worldview comes in, right? Now, in the meantime, if you want, just go ahead and plug your brain into serious mathematics or, some other technical field. I understand, right? It's this idea of like, I'm going to become so proficient, in this field that I'm going to be able to overcome these other problems in life. It's like, here's the thing, go ahead, become proficient, but don't ignore the other aspects. You know what I mean? Don't use technology and building yourself up as a kind of retreat, but rather recognize that it is the smart way to go and that everybody's ripping at you from every other angle. Because that's what they do. That's how they define their self-worth, by ripping down others. So it's a hard position for a man to be in. Most of the people you're going to encounter, they're really just looking at you and saying, what can this person do for me? And if they can't do anything for me, how can I insult them and belittle them to kind of build my own damaged ego up? Right? So if it feels like that's what you're encountering most of the time, that's what you're encountering most of the time. And I don't know why you would have so much expected so much more than that as far as strangers and other people are concerned. So be strong, believe in yourself, build yourself up. Understand that other people are trying to tear you down. They are trying to climb on your back, right? But just stay focused on what you care about, what's important to you, the things that you're passionate about. and don't retreat into them. Go ahead, retreat into them, but be aware that the rest of this world is out there, and you still have to deal with it, and you still have to conquer it, take advantage of it, as opposed to it conquering you and taking advantage of you. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and donate, and join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, MGTOW.